Okay, so what we need to do here is talk about how to write a two-step equation. You're going to need 6 of these that are two-steppers. And remember how I had a message something like this. If my message was math is cool, I look on my sheet, which I'll give you here in just a minute. M is 13. So if I needed to write a one-step equation with 13 in it, I would start with 13. Okay, and now you get to choose add, subtract, multiply, or divide. Luke, what do you think? Add, subtract, multiply, or divide? You get to pick.
Divide.
He says divide.
Yeah.
So, 13 is going to have to stay on the top, and I'm going to divide by any number. Now, if I take 5,
No,
Just do 2.
yeah, let's figure it out here. 5 would work. There's nothing wrong with putting down 5, but I think you could choose a better number, maybe. And 13 is an ugly number to start with, so. You could do 2. Okay. Equals 6.5. Agreed? You guys write this down?
Oh.
Okay. Now, when you write it on another form, so you're going to get a form where you're going to write all the equations for the other person, I'm not going to write down 13 over 2 equals 6.5 because that makes no sense for the person to solve. So instead of writing a 13, what am I going to put in its place? X. So I'm going to put x over 2 equals 6.5. And that's what's going to go on this sheet. So you're going to do a lot of work on your own paper, and then you transfer it over to this sheet.
I get it.
Okay, well that's a basic one. All right, let's try another one. Let's do, so math. So I'm going to go with A. So A is 1. All right, now we've already done division. I still want to stick with another one-step problem. So I'm going to do add, subtract, multiply. I'm going to take divide off the table now. Marissa, what do you want to do? Add, subtract, and multiply. She says multiply. So 1 times, oh, let's see, Olivia, give me a number. 8 is equal to, and what is 1 times 8? 8. Okay, except when I write it on my paper for the other person to solve, I'm going to write, well, it would be x times 8, but you know I don't like x times 8. What do I like better?
X8, 8x.
8x equals 8, okay? So then the other person will solve that. They'll get 1. They'll look up on the little chart, and they'll say, hey, A. These are, because these are
It's only
one-step problems.
I have no idea.
Okay, let's go on to the two-step problems.
How many 2-step problems do we need?
You're going to have 8 two-step problems.
How many 1-step problems do we need?
You're going to need to have 6. And then you need to have 6 3-step problems. Okay, and then after that, you can do any kind you want, which most of you will probably pick the one-steppers, I would assume. Okay? So 2 steps. We're on to T, and I think T is 20. So now you have to have a multiplication or division, and then you also have to have an add and subtract. So, Lindsay, what do you want? Multiply or divide?
Divide.
We're going to go with divide. So we're going to have 20. And I just want to point out, your number should never be in the denominator. We're going to always have it at the top. 20 divided by. Now, Matt, I would let you pick any number in the world. Any number will work. But can we pick one that's nice? If it's 20 divided by or 20 over, what would be a nice number? 5. I like that a lot, Matt.
Good boy.
So now you have 20 divided by 5. And now I need to have a plus or a minus. What do you want, Jaden? Plus or minus? Just pick
Plus
one.
7.
Okay, plus, and now he's going to go 7. So now we figure it out. 20 divided by 5 is 4. 4 plus 7 is 11. So when you write it for the other person to solve, instead of writing 20, you will write
X.
So you're going to have x over 5 plus 7 equals 11. All right, and when the other person solves that, then they will get 20 for their solution. So make sure you have that written down so you can look back at that. Okay? All right, let's do another 2-step.
Oh, and now I understand.
Okay, H because we're spelling out math. H is 8. Let's do a multiply this time because we just did a division. So this is a 2-step. So I'm going to take something times 8. Where am I? Megan, give me a number.
5.
Say it again.
5.
5, she says. I like it. You know what? Let's not be picking 5.3. Let's not be picking, negative 2,461. Let's not pick the ginormous and crazy numbers. Just stick basic. So 5 times 8, and then I can't remember if we did, I think we did plus before. So Gabriel, what do you want now? Minus what number? Any number. Okay. Now we figure it out. 5 times 8 is 40. 40 minus 7 is
33.
33. So now I'm just going to rewrite it as 5x minus 7 equals 33. Okay?
I understand.
Can we try a 3-step because I get the 1 or 2?
Yes, we're going to move on to
scary.
3-step now. And it does take a little extra thought on the 3-step, okay? Or another extra step, I should say. Here's my suggestion. The next word would be is, and I would have a space. But what is the value of a space? 2.5. So maybe I wouldn't do a 3-step equation with 2.5 as the answer. But let's just do a hard one and then it'll seem really easy after this. So my space is 2.5. So I'm going to take 2.5, and now let's think ahead. This is what I like about this. We're going to think ahead. 2.5, and I have to take it times something. D, I want you to pick a number.
2.
She goes 2. Now let's check. What is 2 times 2.5?
5.
5. That works. If she would have said 3, she could have worked with it, but 3 times 2.5 is something like 7.5, and you may or may not want to work with that. So I like 2 a lot. So she's going to 2 times 2.5. All right, Sam, give me plus something. Plus what?
1.
All right, 1. Okay, I need to have an x on each side. So that means this 2.5 has to be over here again. You have to be careful. I can't take it times 2 again. Otherwise, you're going to get one of those solutions that says no solution. Or you could get reals, but more likely you're going to get no solution.
Wait, that's a 2-step problem right there.
No, this is 3-step and we're not done with it. Okay? So I need to have a number, Jasmine. 2.5 times what? I like it. 4. Okay? If she would have picked 3, she'd gotten a 7.5, which is okay. She can't pick 2 because it's already been used and it will cancel out. So she says 4. Now, we're going to put plus and then a big X. The reason that you cannot just pick a number, like I didn't say to Brady, pick me a number and we'll just stick it in there, because it probably won't be equal. We have to figure out what's going to make it equal. All right, 2 times 2.5 is 5. 5 plus 1. 4 times 2.5 is 10. And then I'm going to rewrite the big box. You're taking this down in notes because I see a lot of you staring at me and I feel like you're not writing. Okay? All right, 5 plus 1 is 6. 10 plus the big box. How many can tell me just right now, looking at that, what should go in the box? Right, -4 should go there. Okay? And if not, you need to subtract 10 from both sides if you have to. Okay, so -4 goes up here. Now I'm going to rewrite this, but I get to put what and say what?
So space equals -4.
Yeah, space is equal to -4. This means the left side equation is equal to the right side equation. If you just randomly put in a number in there, you're going to get no solution. Unless you are just so lucky that you pick the one random number that works. Okay, so that's why we work it through. Now I'm going to rewrite this line, this first line here, but I'm going to put not 2.5, what will I put in its place? X. 2x plus 1 equals, and then 4 times 2.5 is 10. Oh, I can't. Oh, silly me, I can't put 10. What do I have to put?
Box.
4x. Yeah, don't make that mistake. And then I can either write plus -4 or -4 is what I'm going to write. That looks easy enough, doesn't it? You just have to do that extra little thing.
Yay.
Nope, well, 3-step is as far as we're going. I did have 4-step a couple years ago and I took them out.
What's 4-step?
That would be like distributed property in there, or you have to combine like terms. It's a bit much. Alright, let's do another one of these, because the 3 steps are a little bit more
Can we
challenging.
do like one whole word? Together?
We're working on it. We've already done NATH, we just did space,
I gotta do
which is
I.
2.5, and now we're on I, and I is
Oh
9.
my gosh, we have to do 20 or 30 of these.
Here we go.
Holy smokes.
I'm gonna put division in there. So remember that 9 has to go on the top. Divided by, okay, I don't know where I'm at here. Brady, can you give me a number that I can put underneath the 9? I love it! He picked 3. What's better about 3 than 4?
You know, it will get you a full.
It'll give you a whole number or an integer.
full
Yeah. Okay, so I have 9 over 3. And now let's do minus, and now we can just pick a random number. Kaylee, what's the random number we're picking now? Anything will work. Except for 3. I guess I said anything will work, but you know why 3 doesn't work? Because then you have 9 over 3, which is 3. 3 minus 3 is 0. I don't want that. So pick another number besides 3. 7. Wonderful. Okay? Now I'm going to put 9 over here again. 9 over, and this time I can't put 3.
Oh gosh.
Oh, so what would be a good thing to put in the denominator? Dylan, you got any ideas? Oh, you could put -3. I think that would work. Any other ideas on what you can put in the denominator?
9.
9.
Just put 1 and 2.
You could also, you guys could be sneaky. You could, instead of having, if you wanted, you could have a 9 down here, or you could put like 2 9ths out in front. I mean, if you really wanted to go crazy with this.
Yeah.
All right, so I have 9 over 9, and now I'm going to put plus the blank. Okay? You guys writing that down?
Yeah.
9 over 3 is 3. 3 minus 7 equals 1 plus something. 3 minus 7 is -4. 1 plus blank. 1 plus what gives me -4?
-5.
-5. So this blank up here is -5. Now I'm going to rewrite this with my x's. Every time I have this value, I'm going to put x. So x over 3 minus 7 is equal to x over 9, and then I'm going to put -5. And that's what you would write on your paper to somebody else. Okay? Say that again.
I'm yawning like crazy today.
Oh.
Because I don't know why.
Oxygen levels are up or something. Now, you have to do 3 steps that have fractions in them.
No, please.
Okay, it's not any harder than what we just did. I'll show you. Okay? Let's see. Math is S. S is 19. Ooh, that's not a good number, is it? Already with a fraction? Oh, that could be interesting. We're doing a 3-step. See, if I do the hard ones, then everything you'll set up will be easy. So I got a 19. All right, and I need a fraction. I need a fraction that I can take times 19. Jonah, just give me some random fraction. We'll just work with it or adjust it.
3/4.
3/4. Okay? Now, don't write this down. If I put down 3/4, I have 19 times something over a 4. Okay, it could work, okay, but it's going to be ugly. What I want to try to do is let's not have the ugly. What would be a good denominator if you have a 19? It's crazy.
A 1.
Then it's not really a fraction. 19. Or like 38 would even be a nice.
Well, there's never a fraction.
Oh! Do I have to have 1/19 though?
What?
I could have
How do you get
3/19. Just write down 3/19. Will you do that for me right now? What happens to the 19s? You got one at the top and one at the bottom.
1.
Is that taking the place of 3/4?
Yeah. I
So
said
there's
pick
no
anything.
Wait,
There's
so
no more 3/4. I said
19
don't write it
plus
down,
what?
remember? I have it recorded. I bet I could play it back for you. What?
I'm lost right now. 19 what?
3/19
Oh.
times 19. The reason that I'm leading you down this path is because the 19 and the 19 will cancel out, right?
I guess.
And then what's left?
3.
3. See, you think it's an ugly number. You think 19 is like a horrible fraction, and it turns out it's not so bad. Okay?
You
Now
get
let's
any-
do minus, and now, Brett, give me some random number. Be nice. You're gonna be the one that comes with something crazy. Be nice.
8, 9.
Let's go with the 9. We're gonna stick with. All right. Now I'm gonna have 19 over here again, and I need a fraction. I'm gonna put a fraction out in front. Okay. I don't mind the denominator of 19. Can we stick with it? But it can't be 3 19ths.
It can be 6.
Luke says what? 4 19ths. Okay, so I got 4 19ths times this, and then I'm going to go add my big box. All right, 19 cancels with 19, and I'm left with 3. So I'm 3 minus 9 equals, this 19 cancels with this 19. I have 4 plus the box. 3 minus 9 is negative 6. 4 plus what gives me negative 6?
Negative
Negative 10.
10.
Okay, so this is a negative 10 up here.
Cool.
So if I rewrite
So I
this,
guess it's
here
not
is the problem. It's going to look scary. If you gave this to somebody else, they're going to go, what? They're going to get 3 19ths x minus 9 equals 4 19ths x minus 10. It looks bad, but it'll solve out nice.
Wouldn't the
I think
19 on the bottom be x?
Huh?
Wouldn't the 19 on the denominator be x? Oh, I thought every number.
You wouldn't have had to set it up that way. Remember how we had 20? You could have put a 4 in the bottom, a 5 in the bottom, a 2 in the bottom. You could have even put a 38 down here and it wouldn't have been too bad. Because
No,
19.
I'm saying like wouldn't the 19 be an x too, like on the bottom?
No, because not everybody will set it up to be the exact same number.
Oh.
Okay, in other words, let me just kind of quick. If you had 20, which would be a much better number, couldn't you have 20 over 4? Let me write that again. 20, and then couldn't you have 3/4? See, then you could use Jonas. Right?
Yeah.
Because that would come out to be 15. It comes out nicely. It's just not a 20 in the denominator. It doesn't have to be. It's just that 19 is a prime number, where 20 has lots of factors. 18 would have lots of factors. 9 has factors, okay? All right, now I'm gonna go back and do a fraction one. I'm gonna do, this will be the last one, a fraction one with a 2-step.
We have
Okay.
to do 1 2-step fraction?
Well, you have division in there. Maybe some of you will just make that division a fraction, depending on how you wanna set it up. I'll just go through it and you can decide. 2-step. And then I just did S, I have space, let's just pick,
Can you just do the C?
cool, 3, C is 3. Okay, sounds good.
C3.
3, I need a fraction that I can take times 3. Nick? Nathan, oh my gosh, that was weird.
Fraction.
Say it again.
Did you say a fraction?
A fraction that I'm gonna eventually take times 1/3. Or take it times 3, I mean.
1/2.
1/2. What do you guys think?
Bad.
I think
It's okay.
I
And
think we should
Nathan could go ahead and do that and he would be just fine. Except what would be better?
9/3 or something like that.
1/3.
1/3.
Ouch.
Because the 3 will cancel with the
1/3.
3. Okay, can I be, I like Gabriel even better. I like 2/3. I'm gonna steal Gabriel's there. 2/3 times 3, and then I'm gonna have a plus.
25.
All right, let's do 25. We'll go a little crazy there. Now I have to figure out what that is. There's no big square. I actually figure out what the square is. What is 2/3 times 3?
2.
2. 2 plus 25 is
27.
27. So now I've got 2/3 x plus 25 equals 27. This isn't so bad, is it?
Plus.
Yeah.
We're doing it.
Well, I'll help you through. Okay, so that is the summary.
Jeepers.